Hi there. I apologize for the darkness, but my wife is trying to sleep, and we do these from the bedroom. So I've left the TV on to give us some light, as I don't get enough from the camera. But it's a happy recap on this late night game, and so we get a late night, look to the studio. So Max Scherzer goes out and throws a complete game, a 3-1 win. He strikes out 11. This is his 54th career 10 strikeout plus game, and in fact, it puts him ahead of Clayton Kershaw on the all-time active or on the active list because Kershaw was lit up the last time he pitched. So, all around, a good thing going on right now for the Washington Nationals as they sweep the San Francisco Giants and win 3-1. I'm absolutely stunned that 3 people are actually watching this. All right, totals tonight for the Nationals: 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 1 run, 5 hit, and 1 error for San Francisco. The Nats go to 33-19. They now have a 9.5 game lead in the division over the New York Mets. Everything else in baseball is final. We'll get to that in a minute. Scherzer goes to 6-3, 100 pitches to get 11 strikeouts. He threw a 12 in the 9th, but my goodness, in the 8th inning, he had a 5-pitch inning, which included a double play and a strikeout. Just incredibly efficient tonight, more efficient than he was in that amazing 13 strikeout game he threw last week in at home for Washington. Just an incredible night. Obviously, the player of the game. 3 runs in the first for DC. The big blow being the Zimmerman 3-run homer, as my cat now chimes in at the door. Trey Turner 2 for 5 tonight. Also should have reached on a 3rd hit. But a good night for him. His average is now up to 256. Not a good night for Jason Worth. He struck out twice, went 0 for 5. No Bryce Harper because he began his suspension tonight. Will be out the next 2 games. So the first 2 in Oakland, he'll be back on Sunday. Anthony Rendon, a double and a single, 2 for 4. He's hitting .293. And Scherzer went 1 for 3 with a walk. But really what you want to see is the pitching line, and it's pretty quick. Scherzer, 9 innings, 5 hits, a run. It was earned. He didn't walk anybody. In fact, I think he only had 1 3-ball count tonight that I remember. He might have had more than that, but when you only throw 101 pitches, you're just not throwing a lot of balls to get through there. Matt Cain with a loss goes to 3-4, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. Scherzer threw 100 pitches, 79 for strikes. Wow. That's amazing. 79 for strikes. Judo Joker was talking during the game about just how efficient he was tonight. And it's amazing because he is a strikeout pitcher to get that sort of efficiency. In fact, Judo just 100 strikeouts this year. First complete game, 11K game, 100 pitch complete game. Should have had a shutout. Yeah, because of the misplay for the lone giant run in the 4th inning. Passed Kershaw on 10 game plus games and is now top 5 in all 3 Triple Crown stats. Yeah, that actually puts you in line for MVP consideration. Not only Cy Young, and yes, you came up with this the last time when we talked on Friday or after the last start. It is pretty Imaxxulate. That's IMMAXXULATE. And if Charlie was here, we get the ding. Ding. All right. So good stuff all the way around. After starting this road trip, you weren't sure what they were going to do. They, of course, had the fight on Memorial Day. Hunter Strickland actually pitched tonight for San Francisco. Nothing really happened, which is just fine for everybody that nothing did. They won last night 6-3. Now, the Nationals went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position tonight. That's not a great number. They stranded 9, but it didn't matter. It really did not matter. So they get the sweep. And they're pretty much on a roll. They get to rest the bullpen. Cody Glover, who pitched a lot the last week, didn't have to come in. Nobody even warmed tonight for the Nationals. That's amazing. To have no one even warm up. There was nobody behind Max at all. So everyone is safe because Albers threw. I just saw and Albers threw 34 pitches. Yeah, and Judo Joker adds, and they're starting to run away with the strikeout leader of the National League. Chris Sale is having a beast of the year over in the AL with an absurd pile of strikeouts. Not getting a lot of run support, though, I must say, but they'll take it. So as I said, with the Nationals now moved to 33-19. So I believe it's 2 over 500 for the month of May with this, and a 9.5 game lead over the New York Mets, who did not have a great game today. Milwaukee beat them 7-1. DeGrom got shelled, but most of you are talking about Mr. Met and his, let's just say he was saying that the Mets are number one to a fan. So which the Mets had to apologize for. Just wonderful stuff all the way around in Queens. My apologies to certain members of the Keeler household for that. But yeah, it's just not going well right now for the Mets. It's also not going well for the Philadelphia Phillies as the Marlins beat them tonight 10-2. Atlanta lost to the Angels 2-1. So Washington and Miami were the only two teams in the division to win tonight. As I said, everything else is a final. Houston put 17 on Minnesota, 17-6. Houston, I believe, has won 38 games this year. Baltimore beat the Yankees 10-4. So a good one for the Orioles. They took 2 out of 3 in that series, by the way. I lost my mouse. Extra base hits. There were 3 tonight. Taylor with a double. His 6th of the year off of Kane. In fact, he drew a walk on 4 pitches tonight. Can you believe that? And Tony Two Bags with his 11th. And, of course, all the runs came in the first off when Zimmerman hit his 15th. He has 44 RBIs this year. Yes, you can say the Nationals are too obsessed with home runs, but, hey, a curly W is a curly W, no matter how ugly or pretty it is. And Turner stole his 13th base of the year tonight. Jammed his finger a bit, and but seems to be okay. Let's go through the minors real quick. Everything, of course, is final. Lots of double headers. Charlotte and Syracuse split a twin bill. Charlotte won the opener 12-5. Both not having a good year at all. He goes to 1-6 with a 5.82 ERA. Clinton Robinson hit his 9th of the year, though, and Matt Skoll with a 6 in the first game. In game 2, Rafael Martin with an extra inning win. They beat Charlotte 3-2 on the nightcap. 3-hitter tonight in Syracuse in game 2. And if you did not hear, Joe Nathan has asked for his release, and it was granted from the Nationals organization. I have a story going up in the morning about that, and Ricky Keeler will have another draft profile. I forget the name, but as we get ready for the draft, and it's, I think, about 2 weeks. So Syracuse splits the difference. Doubleheader for Harrisburg tonight, and they lose both of their games. First game, New Hampshire beat them 6-3. Williams with the loss, he goes to 1-6 with a 7.01 ERA. Perez with a homer, though, for Harrisburg is second. And the nightcap, they rallied for 2 in the bottom of the 7th, but lose 5-4. Sims with a loss, he goes to 2-3. No homers for Harrisburg. Potomac loses a wild one tonight, 8-7. Mendez with the loss, he goes to 1-1. No homers for Potomac. And Hagerstown loses a 1 to Delmarva, 10-6. Hill takes a loss, goes to 1-3 with a 7.84 ERA. Homer tonight for Reichsteiner, his 2nd of the year. So again, The big story here tonight is Max Scherzer, his first complete game of the year. I think the last 5 complete games for the Nationals have all been by Scherzer. On a night he really needed to go as deep as he could, he gets the 27 outs on 100 pitches and throws 79 strikes. That's just an incredible amount. And the run came on a misplay in the gloom of the twilight that Worth and Taylor Worth lost it in the sky, and Taylor just did not back him up. In fact, Taylor received a speaking to by Dusty Baker in the dugout after the inning. And then Scherzer went to Super Sailor Salty mode and just mowed down the Giants the rest of the way, limiting them to 5 hits. That's a pretty good effort. All right, so tomorrow is an off day. We will have the story on Nathan for tomorrow and the draft profile. And then Friday, I'll have the 5 to watch out for in the Nats Oakland Athletics series that everyone stays at the same hotel. And we'll do the same moonlighting thing on Friday night about 1:15 in the morning after the game. And other things to look forward to this week. The committee has voted, and Ricky will have the top 5 Dusty Baker quotes for the month of May. And by God, there were some good ones, especially after the Harper Strickland fight. So Harper will return on Sunday. He'll miss Friday's and Saturday's game against Oakland. See if anyone. Oops. Oh yeah. So that's pretty much it. They get a sweep all the way around, and so the Nationals, you can't do much better than that. They hold a big lead, and they go beat up they get to go play the Oakland A's. You can give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do this on every game. Alex Jalen just put up a picture of the Terminator. So yeah, Max in the last inning was pitching like he found his inner this guy, and it's true, the Terminator on fire. We can go to the website, of course. That is districtondeck.com. Give us a like on Facebook. We love those at District on Deck. And, of course, follow on Twitter, where we do every single game at District on Deck. For Ricky Keeler and the rest of the staff of District on Deck, I'm Ron Juckett, and I wish you a good morning.